This popped into my head the other day. The definition of the Conn Smythe Trophy is the player deemed most valuable to his team during the Stanley Cup playoffs. All right.
I know where you're going.
Is it possible that McDavid gets votes even if the Oilers aren't in it?
I asked Frank.
We've actually talked about this. Yeah. We talked about this in Calgary before Game 5. Is it possible? Yes, but he would need to have another incredible series now. And it would need to go 6 or 7 games.
It's very possible.
It's very rare that it goes to a player on the losing team. It's never happened on a team that didn't make it to the final.
But he's at 26 points now. Let's say he his odds, his over under set at 9.5 for this round. So let's say he gets 10. It's very possible he leads the Stanley Cup playoffs in scoring without playing in the finals, right? So it's interesting. I think. I don't know.
Oh no, it definitely is interesting. I don't think it would happen. People would look and say, "Hey, you got to be here. You got to win." It would completely change the dynamics of the voting. So I don't think it would ever happen.
Not only that, but I'm just wrapping my brain around this. Okay, for a second. So obviously Connor McDavid and what he's done in these playoffs has been outrageous. I would make the argument Leon Draisaitl was the Oilers' most valuable player in round 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in round 2.
Not Connor McDavid.
Well,
so if we're going back to the original definition of the award, most valuable to his team, plus they didn't get to the Cup final. This is the same guy that didn't win the Hart one year when he was by far the most valuable player because his team didn't make the playoffs. How all of a sudden are we going to be making the leap to the guy whose team didn't make it to the final?
No, it's not going to happen. Let's be honest. It wouldn't happen. It illustrates just how good him and Draisaitl have been thus far. But the stat to me though is McDavid's on ice. He's been on ice for 38 goals so far in the playoffs, and that's more goals than Carolina scored as a team. The Rangers, the Rangers now have more because their last game, but that's 2 goals fewer than Colorado scored as a team, right? 5 now because their last game too. So it's either way though. He's been unreal. There's no question. I'll say this: if he gets to the final, win or lose, I think Draisaitl and McDavid would go in as the 2 favorites.
Yeah.
Right. Now, depending on what Vasilevsky or Kucherov, if we think Tampa Bay, and I think both of us are basically saying what our picks are, regardless of who they face. I think Frank and I are both saying it's Tampa Bay to get to the Cup final, but. We've seen it before, right? Giguere, but I don't think a skater, Frank, right? Goalies, I know Hextall. Has a skater won the Conn Smythe?
I'll tell you right now.
Who didn't play on the winning team? Because I know goalies, Giguere and Hextall are the 2 that come to mind. But I'm trying to think if a skater did it.
Reggie Leach did it in 1976.
Oh, yeah, when he scored 19 goals. Okay, there you go. Well, that's pretty impressive.
Yep, he's the only one. It's 5 people have done it. Roger Crozier, goalie, Glenn Hall, Mr. Goalie, Ron Hextall, goalie, Giguere, goalie. And that's the last time it was done 19 years ago.
Yeah. So